Hello guys, this is Caesar Creates and welcome back to my channel. We are finally here to do the final last tour of our Sandbox park in the Jurassic World Evolution 2. This is the Isla Nublar 2015 map. We created and finished this entire park on my YouTube channel. It took around 22 episodes, if I am right. There are 53 different species of different animals, like dinosaurs, flying reptiles, swimming reptiles, and all that stuff. So we are about to see all of that. This will probably be a longer video, so grab your popcorn, grab your coffee or tea or anything that you like to drink during this time. Maybe a tea is actually not the best idea, like we are experiencing those like severe heat waves in Europe, so I hope you guys are all okay. I hope you are drinking your water because staying hydrated is very important. So yeah, let's go. One thing that I wanted to say is that I added a lot of decorations that you probably didn't see in my videos. So you can like spot some differences here and then, but I did all of this to make this park look more like nice and beautiful, and it actually took a lot of time. That's why this video is a bit delayed. So firstly I thought about making the tour from the like first person view, but it took so much time that yeah, this park is huge. So I think that the best way to show you guys this park is to just show it from the bird's eye, from this perspective, because thanks to that you can spot everything. So our guests arrive here by the monorail. As you guys can see, they go through this like main path that is located like between those two bodies of water. I thought that it would be so cool to have something like this, like welcoming the guests in our park. Then they go and approach this like scenery, like here something with the monument of the dinosaur, so they can get a sneak peek of what is, you know, what they can expect inside of the park. Every time there are those signs, I think of them as some info signs, so the guests can go here and read something about the park. So then they go in, and this is like an arrival point. Of course this is a lap tour or something, but I think of it like you know, the guests just go here, they can get some info about the park, they can arrange some, you know, tours, they can, I don't know, buy additional tickets or anything. This is just like a guest arrival point or something. Then we have the entire huge big plaza that is a center part of our park. We have a lot of shops here. We have a VR, this is an attraction, some you know, tables for them to sit, some decorations and stuff like that. So this is the main plaza, but what I also wanted to show you guys is that we have this new building right here. I think of that like a management building for the whole park, so this is where the management is located, and in here there is like a main backstage area for our park. So we have the response center, we have the control center, the staff centers, we have the this paleomedical facility, we have the small aviary when we are, you know, breeding the flying reptiles, they are bred in here. Then we have the hatchery with a small holding pen in here, and this is also the backstage of the aviary that we'll see in a second. So this is our backstage area in here. I added also a lot of decorations in here. I added those cool decorations of the backstage props, those cranes and stuff like that, so it looks even better than before. Okay, but let's go back in here to our main plaza, because from here you can go and see the entire park. So after the guests have arrived, they went through the restaurant, they bought some gifts. Probably you should do it at the end of the tour, but let's just pretend that they are doing it at the beginning. This is the first enclosure that we ever built. This is the homocephaly enclosure. I wanted to build something like small and cute at the beginning, to introduce the guests to the world of dinosaurs, and this is why I decided to include the homocephaly in here. I think of it like petting zoo or something, so they can go and encounter those small little cute dinosaurs. I love those guys so much. Okay, so further, the guests go in here and they see those huge viewing towers, and this is our first major enclosure. We have 3 species of dinosaurs in here. We have the Brachiosaurus, we have the Struthiomimus, and we have the Parasaurolophus. It's in here. There are even some of those glowing ones from the Camp Cretaceous pack, and there are some from the Dominion pack, different skins, so a lot of them are here. I'm not sure why there's an Iguanodon in here. Something must have happened because the Iguanodons live in here, so just ignore this guy that is in here. I don't know what happened. But in this enclosure, the guests also can use the gyrosphere to go around it, so this is really cool. I thought to make a watering hole in the middle, and it's so cool to see all those dinosaurs gathering around it. And we have the iconic Brachiosauruses in here. We can actually go in. This is not what I wanted to do. This Iguanodon really wants us to look at it. So we can go and see the view from this viewing tower. Really cool view. A lot of dinosaurs here actually. So yeah, this was the big herbivore enclosure. Then the early Cretaceous pack was released, and we added the first flying reptile to the park. This was the Desangariptus, if I am right. So if the game will allow us, we'll go inside the aviary. I've built this huge rock formation for them to land. I don't know, they love this spot. There are so many of them in here. I don't know why, but they are just hanging in here. So we have the Desangariptus living in here, 2 viewing galleries, and some of those perching points for them. And yeah, I really love this aviary. In general, I love the aviaries in this game. I love that we have flying reptiles. This is so beyond cool, and I'm amazed by it every time that I look at it. So, when the guests will go further, they will go into this big herbivore section in here. And here also starts our river, and the river flows through several enclosures around this big enclosure in here. So we will follow this river in a second. But on the right hand side, we have the Corytosaurus and we have the Nigerosaurus in here. So this is their enclosure, looking like this. What I just remembered that I forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of this video is that you will be able to download this park from Nexus to just go around it yourself. So if you are going too fast, you will able to explore this park yourself, to go through all the exhibits. You just need to use the link in the description and download the save file and load it into your game, and you'll be able to use this park. I had some requests about it and I decided to do it, and I hope you guys will enjoy using my save file in your games. So this is the Australian herbivore enclosure, because we have 2 dinosaurs from Australia living in there. This is the Motoborosaurus, as you guys can see, and also we have somewhere here, there are a couple of Minmais. The Minmai, oh, here's one. The Minmai is very small and tiny dinosaur from the early Cretaceous pack. I love it so much. I love when the dinosaurs that I added are in different sizes, because it gives those cool variation, or there are actually more of those in here. They're really cute. Okay, so this is one of the enclosures. We have another like a small plaza in here with a small shop. We have some tables for the guests. It looks really, really cool. I love this place in here. And on the other hand side, we have the Stegosaurus enclosure. And also we have the, I always remember, like forget the name of this dinosaur. This is the Pachycela. Oh my god, Pachycephalosaurus. Yes, I am probably butchering so many of those names, so sorry for that to all the dino experts. I also added those two towers. I think it looks so cool. You know, we have the backstage area in here, so the keepers or anyone who takes care of the dinosaurs can go up here and look at those enclosures from this perspective. On the other side of this plaza, we have the Styracosaurus habitat, and we have the Crichtonsaurus, if I'm right. Yeah, this is the Crichtonsaurus in here, those smaller guys looking very cool. And I love the Styracosaurus so much. We kind of missed one of the habitats because there's just a glimpse of it in here. The main part is there, but in this habitat there is the Wucherosaurus from the early Cretaceous pack. Really cool dinosaur with those rounded plates. And also one of my favorites, the Stygimoloch. If you guys watched the Fallen Kingdom, you probably recognize this guy. Oh, here it is. There are actually a lot of them in here, but I'm not sure why we don't. Oh, there they are. Hello. So we have a couple of Stygimolochs in here, but let's continue because if the guests will use that way in here and move past those two enclosures, they will go to our first two big lagoons. So we have the first lagoon for the Chronosaurus. In here we have two of those guys. I really like this dinosaur. This is not a dinosaur. This is a reptile, swimming reptile. But I really like them. They are so amazing. So they are living in here. We also have like a little backstage area in here. I was again with this tower. I really like this tower. I am so glad that it was added. And some other, you know, props, backstage props in here. There's like another small plaza with the toilets, some shops and stuff like that. A bit of more of those, you know, tables. And then on the other side, we have the Ichthyosaurus lagoon, a small one with this one of the viewing galleries and the backstage area in here. And this is how the Ichthyosaurus looks. Really cool. Reptile. I hope that this is a reptile. I'm not an expert. But yeah, this is how it all looks. Really beautiful corner in here. So another build. This was built in one of the episodes. All of this like area. This is like a deserty carnivore area. This was the first time that we are building for carnivores, and this build was actually featured in the live stream of official live stream of Jurassic World Evolution 2, where they did like a community showcase and they showcased my video. So I was so grateful because I was very small back then, and I'm still small, but a bit bigger now. We are like approaching 10,000 subscribers. So if you guys are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button down below to help me get to 10,000. It would be so amazing. So at first we have the Compostognathus, the Compy enclosure, and as you guys can see, they are so tiny that we can barely see them, but there are really a lot of them here. I am always like a bit amused, like, how is it called? I don't know. My English tends to be very bad in these heat waves. I don't know. I tend to forget the words and stuff. Excuse me, guys. But yeah, those fences just look so ridiculous compared to the size of the Compostognathus. I wish that we actually had some option to have like a lower fences. But yeah, we have to live with that. So here we have the Carnotaurus habitats. There are actually a lot of them, I think like 5 or 6 even, but they don't mind living in those bigger groups, and this is what I like about them. We have the Toro in here. I think this is the Toro, if I'm not wrong. How do you... Yeah, this is the Toro. This is the Toro from Camp Cretaceous, and a really cool deserty enclosure with those two like oases, you can say, like, water sections. Here we have this is the Troodon, a small habitat for Troodons. Really cool. I really like those guys. One of my favorites when it comes to small carnivores, for sure. Here is the backstage area for those habitats in here, and also the lagoon. So this means, yeah, if you can read this means that the guests cannot enter here. They obviously do, because there is no like way to block them if you are using path. But yeah, this is like a little backstage area for those enclosures. And going further, we have like this main alley something in here with those palm trees. This is what I added like it was yesterday or 2 days ago when I was like adding all those stuff. It took me so much time like to finish this park. I thought it would be like an hour and I would be done, and it took me about, I don't know, like 6 hours or something like that. The most difficult part for me was adding those concrete fences everywhere. I really wanted to make sure that the guests won't be able to, go near the fences. So I added tons and tons of those concrete fences. I actually probably missed that, but as you guys can see, probably also here are those, concrete things, and in other places as well. Here they are, and so on. So we were in here. This is another like small like shopping alley or something. This is the Wuharosaurus and the Stygimoloch habitat that we saw. This is the Nigerosaurus and Corythosaurus habitats. Also, I love the Nigerosaurus. This is such a cool dinosaur. So it is in here, and then we can follow the river, because the river takes us through several of the herbivore enclosures. And in here we have the Dryosaurus and the Ankylosaurus, and somewhere in here is also Bumpy. So the Dryosaurus is in here, as you guys can see, and here is actually Bumpy. Here you can see Bumpy. I really love the Ankylosaurus. I think that they look just like big tanks or something, and the Dryosaurus is so cute. Also one of my favorites. Okay, so this is this place with this path. This is where the area gets a bit elevated. I wanted to have like different different height variations, not to make this whole park so flat, so the guests must climb a bit in here. But also in here we have this like elevated aviary for pteranodons. I thought that they are so iconic when it comes to flying reptiles that I had to include them somewhere, and I really like that this aviary is a bit elevated, because you can actually see it from all of the places in the park, and this was basically the goal. So really cool stuff. And we can actually maybe go in, and we can go and see the pteranodon, which is, I can hear it, but I cannot see it. Oh, here it is. Here they are sitting on those rocks. Here's one flying, using the perching point, probably. No, it's not. But yeah, this is the aviary for the pteranodons. Also, 2 of them are sitting on the viewing gallery, sleeping. Behind the aviary we also have like a small, nothing special. This is the viewing, this is the backstage stuff for this aviary. Okay, so we can go further, and here we reach another of the carnivore sections on the left side, and we also follow our river in here. So here we have the Dracorex, if I am right, yeah, and the Cantrosaurus. And as you guys can see, this is the Pierce from Camp Cretaceous. It is so easy to spot it, because it is actually bigger than the rest of the Cantrosauruses that are in here. And we have the Dracorex hanging near the water sections. Okay, so this is the river. When it comes to this enclosure, I decided that it would be cool to have like this corridor or something for the ranger teams to go through it. As you guys can see, they are blocked in so many places, but we are in sandbox mode, so I don't really care about this. But they can enter it here, this corridor, and go through all of that, and use the different gates to get to those enclosures. Okay, so in here we have another area of the small carnivores. So we have the Dilophosaurus in here. Also one of my favorites. I really love those guys. I love their sounds. They are so amazing, and they look just like they are about to do something bad, and this is what I love about them. So we have a lot of them actually here. We should also have the new Dominion skin somewhere, but I am not really sure which one is that. They are so similar, but it is somewhere in here for sure. Okay, and we can go further because in here we start to get to one of the main attractions of our park, and it gets a lot of a special place. It gets some shops because I know that it will be very popular with the guests. And this is actually the Velociraptor habitat. So we have this very highly secured habitat for the Velociraptors. There are actually a lot of them because I wanted to see all of the skins, but I think that they are hanging out in this holding pen that I designed for them in here. No. Okay, we have them in here. So this is the Velociraptor, as you guys can see. We actually have blue somewhere in here as well. I think that, they are in here, in the back. So this is the blue, this is blue. Yes, this is probably, this is blue. So as you guys can see, this is the alpha dino in this herd, and this is actually blue, so it is so cool. Okay, so the Velociraptors have their enclosure in here, and on the other hand side we have the dinosaur that I have so many troubles pronouncing, and this is the Proceratosaurus, probably something like this. Really cool, colorful dinosaur. I also really like it. They look kind of like tropical birds or something. But yeah, I really like those guys, and they have this enclosure in the center where the guests can go through all of around it in here. Okay, if we will continue by our river, we will see another habitat, and this is the enclosure for the Pachyrhinosaurus, which is in here. Really cool dinosaur, and it was very requested by you guys, which was actually cool because I didn't think that this dinosaur is so popular, but it looks so good. And also we have the Polacanthus. This is the Polacanthus living in this habitat as well. Really cool dinosaur. I love this transition because between the two different kinds of the armor, looks so cool. Okay, and actually right now we can use this path and go through this path in here. What I forgot to tell you is that everywhere around the paths you'll see those decorations, some fences and stuff. This is to make sure that the guests won't leave the paths, because it won't be probably too wise to leave the path in the dino park. Yeah. Sorry guys, someone just called my phone and I had to do a break, but yeah, we are back. We were just here, and this is the Monolophosaurus habitat. I've built it right after the Camp Cretaceous pack was released. And where the whole new decoration set and backstage set was released, so it was really exciting time. So this is the Monolophosaurus, really cool small dinosaur that I really enjoy. And on the other side we have the Chinchosaurus habitat, another really beautiful dinosaur. They have this a bit of a hilly habitat with this cool water section for them in this place. We kind of missed the backstage area for all of those habitats. We have the hatchery, like connected to the Velociraptor habitat. We have the response facility in here, and we have all of those backstage props in this section in here. Okay, so if you'll continue further this path, we will go to the huge, like this is still the Chinchosaurus habitat. And on this side, we have this huge herbivore enclosure with the Dreadnoughtus, with the Edmontosaurus, with the Callimamus, and somewhere in here should be also a Triceratops, if I am right. Where are they? Yeah, they should be somewhere here. Oh, here's a Triceratops. And also, if you guys, as you guys can see, inside of this enclosure, we have the Jurassic Tour. This is such a huge enclosure, and I love the Dreadnoughtus. It is one of my favorite sauropods. And also, the Dominion skin looks so cool. This is the Dominion one. So we also have it in here. A really cool enclosure. I really like building, you know, mixed habitats, mixed species habitats. So it looks so cool. I wish they kind of would be more sticking with each other. It would look even more cool if we have all the Edmontosaurus together. We had, you know, the Triceratops in a herd, because there are quite a lot of them, and we only can see one single one, and they are probably all hiding in the bushes. But yeah, this is what we have to live with. Okay, so on the other hand side, we have like a very cool plaza. I decided it is, you know, quite far from the main plaza that we've built in the first episode, so we probably should add another plaza, and it was a time when all those new decorations were added, so I really wanted to use them. So we have this fountain in the middle, and we have some additional shops and a cinema in here. It looks like this. Okay, so right now we can follow our river that flows through all of those enclosures for the herbivores. And this is the last and the biggest enclosure when it comes to all of those river enclosures. So in here we have the Ornathosaurus, the normal one, and the Camp Cretaceous skin, which is a bit smaller. And also we have the Iguanodon in here. Really cool. I love this dinosaur. And the Olorotitan, really cool dinosaur, very colorful, and I love using those guys in my parks. And here is like a lake, so the whole river just flows through all of those enclosures in here and goes into this like bigger lake in here. Okay, so this was all of this section. We saw already all of this stuff that you guys can see, and right now let's focus on those enclosures in here, because in here we have really cool enclosures. We have like a swamp section. This is a section where the carnivores that like fish live. So basically this is the Suchomimus and Baryonyx habitats in here. So we can see the Baryonyx trio actually together in here, and the Suchomimus, as you guys could see, was in here. I actually think we have 3 of them, so they are probably hiding somewhere. But I wanted to make those habitats like very moist with a lot of water, and I think that they look so cool. This is the Spinosaurus habitat. As you guys can see, the Spinosaurus is here. We have 2 of those guys. And the second one is here, coming towards us. There's like this little plaza inside, and really cool like walkway when you go through those swamps, and you have those dinosaurs on 2 sides. Those things took so much time, but I love how it looks, so it was totally worth it. So yeah, this is this small like circle plaza in the middle. Really cool stuff. You guys really like those enclosures, and I can see why, because I think that they are some of the best from this park. Okay, in here we have some more carnivores. We have some of my favorites. We have the Albertosaurus in here, like living on the edge of the jungle. And then we have the Allosaurus, my absolute favorite carnivore from the game. I just love the model, how it looks. And yeah, this is so well made. So we have 2 of them. I really wanted to blend, you know, the edge of the park with the forest that is growing outside the buildable area, and I think that I was able to do it. So yeah, really cool. Really cool section with another plaza in here. And also in here we have another carnivore. This is the Metricantosaurus, a smaller one, but also a very cool one. Here we have it. There are a lot of them, actually. I think 4 or 3 in this habitat. I actually had this like empty section, so I decided to add another dinosaur in here. Here we have like another small plaza leading us towards this bigger plaza, because this is the way to the big plaza, the biggest one. And here we have like a hotel section for the guests that would like to stay for a night, and with a very cool view from the from the pool, as you guys can see. In here we have like this very big cool plaza with the view for the lagoon of the Mosasaurus. The Mosasaurus is in here. This is the biggest lagoon in the park, and I really wanted to like surround it with the different enclosures so that the guests will use this path. They will go and check out the enclosures that will be on the left hand side, and on the right hand side they will still get sneak peeks of this lagoon and the Mosasaurus, and I think it is such a cool idea, and I am really happy with how it has turned out. So here we have another aviary. I actually wanted to make 2 of the aviaries, but the game didn't allow me to do 2. I don't know why. So I had to connect them, and we have 2 different flying reptiles in here. Tapejara, really beautiful flying reptile that is there, for example, and here we have the Dimorphodon, a smaller one, the smallest one in the game actually. So it looks so cool to have, you know, 2 different of them, 2 different species in one enclosure. So this is another aviary in here, and next to this we have the Pyroraptor. So the first dinosaur from the Dominion expansion. They're actually here, and they are moving in herds, so this is quite cool to see. So this is their enclosure, again a bit jungly with a lot of rocks, with a cool water section and stuff like that. Still we are following the lagoon in here. And this is the newest, the last enclosure that we've built last time. This is the T-Rex enclosure, a really cool enclosure that I used this huge mountain that was in here. Back when I started this park, we still didn't have an option to do like a flat map, flat terrain map. We had to use the ones that were just pre-made. So here was this like huge mountain, and I decided to use it for a T-Rex habitat, and I really love how well this jungle blends in with the jungle that is outside there, and how like less and less dense it gets towards the fence. I cannot seem to find. I can hear it, but I cannot see it. They actually have this really cool like point in here to stay there and, you know, just look at the entire park, at their kingdom, because they are the T-Rex, the most, you know, mighty and powerful dinosaur of them all. But why cannot I find them? You guys probably saw them 10 times by now and are thinking that I am blind or something. But okay, I don't want to waste your time while I am looking for a T-Rex. This is such a... Here you are! Hello! So we have 2 of them together actually here. This is the T-Rex from the Dominion expansion, the scarred one, and this is the big ET from the Camp Cretaceous pack. So yeah, they are together in here. It will actually approach the fence and it will look really cool. But yeah, this is their habitat in here. One of my favorites for sure. Then we have the Therizinosaurus habitat, one of my favorite dinosaurs right now. I love it. I loved it in the Dominion movie and I love it now in the game. I decided to make like a river that will go through from this, water section that we have by the entrance and will like float inside of this enclosure. Making a river so like narrow is so hard, but I was able to do it. And we have the Therizinosaurus, 2 of them in here. This is the Dominion skin and this is some other skin, but yeah, I really love those guys. They're so ridiculous looking, but and with those huge claws, but I really love them. Okay, so going further, we have this like very cool point where the guests can go have a look into the lagoon. And we have this plaza from the other side. And here we have the last enclosure that we're going to see. This is the Dimorphodon enclosure. And Dimorphodon is not a dinosaur actually. This is a synapsid, if I am not wrong. And where are those guys? Hello? I'm trying to show all of the dinosaurs that I included and they are hiding from me. I can hear them, but I cannot... Oh, here you are. They are all here hiding behind this tree. So yeah, this is the Dimorphodon. Again, this is the Dominion skin and there are some different in-game skins as well. So this is their enclosure. Again, really cool. I wanted to give them, of course, a lot of water. And in here, as you guys can see, we added some of those Dominion decorations to make things look prettier. Okay, so we are back at our main plaza. We saw the entire park. That is huge, actually. One thing that I wanted to show you guys is that I added this cool like research outpost. I think of it as a viewing like tower, so the guests can go in here actually and use the this underground tunnel something to go in here and to look at the view, because the view from here is actually pretty amazing. Like we can see the entire park, so it will be for sure a huge oh, there are our T-Rexes. A huge like attraction for our guests to just go there and see this entire view with this beautiful mountain in the back. Okay guys, so we saw the entire park. I hope you guys enjoyed our little quick tour around it. As I told you guys, the link to the save file to the Nexus is down below in the description. So if you would like to go through this park yourself, you are definitely able to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Thank you guys so much for an amazing response to this series. I'm so happy that so many of you guys tuned in every time, watched those videos, like commented, loved them, said that I was able to inspire you so much for your own builds. So thank you for that. I am so grateful. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider to subscribe to my channel. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers, and it would be really cool if you guys could help me reach this huge milestone for a channel. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. And of course, comment down below if you enjoyed this video and what was your favorite like habitat, enclosure, or a section in this park. Definitely comment down below. We'll be starting a new park soon, and don't worry guys, I will still be recording for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. And this was so much talking. Bye guys.